The November arrival of Roshel Senator RAM mine-resistant vehicles in Haiti marks one of the most concrete steps yet in the country's attempt to rebuild credible armed forces and claw back territory from heavily armed gangs. For years, Haitian soldiers and police units have been forced to move in lightly protected vehicles, or with no armor at all, while confronting groups equipped with automatic weapons, drones, and improvised explosive devices. The deployment of Senator RAM MRAPs gives the armed forces of Haiti something they have badly lacked: a protected, mobile platform designed specifically for surviving ambushes, escorting convoys, and operating in hostile urban terrain. The first batch, 7 vehicles out of a planned 17, was formally delivered in a ceremony attended by senior commanders and civilian officials. Beyond the optics, the deal is significant because it represents one of the first major equipment acquisitions directly managed by Haitian authorities since the remobilization of the armed forces, rather than a temporary handover from foreign contingents or multinational missions. In a security environment where external assistance has long underpinned even basic operations, the state's decision to procure a modern armored fleet for its own military is viewed both as a sovereignty milestone and a practical step toward restoring state authority on the streets. Built by Canadian manufacturer Roshel, the Senator RAM MRAP is tailored for the type of violence unfolding in and around Port-au-Prince. Its design provides ballistic and blast protection against small arms fire, fragmentation, roadside bombs, and improvised explosive devices, using a reinforced structure and underbody geometry intended to redirect blast effects away from the crew compartment. High ground clearance, permanent four-wheel drive, and a robust commercial truck base allow the vehicle to navigate broken roads, flooded passages, debris, and improvised barricades that gangs use to isolate neighborhoods and channel security forces into kill zones. Configurable interiors mean the same chassis can serve as an armored personnel carrier, a mobile command post, a casualty evacuation platform, or a fire support vehicle, depending on how Haitian planners choose to equip each unit. For Haitian troops and their police counterparts, the most immediate impact of the Senator's introduction will be on mobility and survivability. Until now, operations to retake or stabilize dense districts often required slow, exposed advances through streets dominated by gunmen on rooftops and tight intersections ideal for ambushes. With MRAP-level protection, units can insert response teams, rotate personnel, and sustain patrols with reduced vulnerability to a single well-placed explosive or concentrated small arms fire. This shift lowers the psychological and operational cost of entering gang-controlled areas and could allow commanders to act more proactively instead of limiting themselves to short, high-risk raids that leave the initiative in criminal hands. The vehicles also expand options for missions that sit at the intersection of security and humanitarian needs. Armored convoys can escort fuel, food, and medical supplies into districts cut off by intimidation or direct attacks on transport. Critical infrastructure, ports, communication hubs, government compounds, and fuel facilities, can be resupplied and reinforced even under threat, because approach routes no longer expose personnel in unarmored trucks. Haitian officials emphasize that the Senator RAMs are not intended solely for direct combat operations, but also for safely moving civil servants, engineers, and aid workers into fragile zones to reintroduce basic services and reinforce visible government presence where the state has effectively vanished. Symbolically, the acquisition fits into a broader modernization track that Haitian defense planners and political leaders have been outlining, a phased restoration of land, air, and maritime capabilities after decades of institutional erosion and chronic underfunding. The initial order of 17 vehicles, expected to include both personnel carriers and more combat-oriented configurations, is presented domestically as the foundation for a compact but capable force able to coordinate with the national police and international partners while remaining firmly under Haitian command. In this sense, the Senator fleet is as much about institutional credibility, demonstrating that the armed forces can field, protect, and sustain their own soldiers, as it is about raw tactical advantage. However, integrating MRAPs into Haiti's fragile environment introduces challenges that go far beyond a single delivery ceremony. Mine-resistant vehicles demand disciplined drivers, regular technical inspections, and assured access to spare parts, specialized tools, and trained mechanics. Poor maintenance can quickly turn an armored truck into an expensive static bunker or a vulnerability stranded in a key choke point. There is also a political and social dimension. If heavy armored vehicles are used indiscriminately, without clear rules of engagement or community outreach, they risk amplifying fears of abuse in neighborhoods already traumatized by violence. Mishandled operations could undermine trust and feed the narratives that gangs use to maintain support, compliance, or passive acceptance. These risks highlight the importance of doctrine, training, and integration with other instruments of state power. To unlock the full potential of the Senator RAMs, Haitian forces will need procedures that embed the vehicles into intelligence-led operations, precise targeting, and carefully structured patrol patterns rather than ad hoc deployments. Used intelligently, MRAPs can function as mobile shields that allow investigators, negotiators, and specialized units to reach contested areas, protect witnesses, gather information, and dismantle networks systematically. Used clumsily, they become little more than armored escorts for VIP convoys and staged media appearances, doing little to alter the balance of control in districts where gangs still dictate daily life. The choice of a widely recognized Western armored platform also carries an external message. By procuring a system like the Senator RAM, which is already present in multiple security forces and benefits from an emerging global support ecosystem, Haitian authorities position themselves to tap into standardized training packages, shared maintenance experience, and potential industrial cooperation. For regional partners and organizations concerned by Haiti's downward spiral, interoperable equipment simplifies cooperation, whether that involves embedded trainers, joint planning, or coordinated stabilization efforts focused on securing key transport corridors, ports, and airports. Ultimately, the Senator RAM MRAPs will not, on their own, resolve Haiti's deep crisis. Armed gangs derive strength from political fragmentation, corruption, weak judicial institutions, and the absence of economic alternatives, structural conditions that no armored hull can fix. What the new vehicles can do is remove one of the most glaring asymmetries that has favored criminal groups, the ease with which they could turn any attempted state intervention into a deadly trap. By giving Haitian forces a better chance to survive, maneuver, and remain present in areas long abandoned by official institutions, the Senator fleet offers a tangible opportunity to shift momentum. Whether that opportunity becomes a turning point depends on what follows, on command accountability, judicial reform, sustained support for legitimate policing, and meaningful engagement with affected communities. If those elements progress in parallel, the sight of Haitian soldiers operating modern armored vehicles may come to signal the gradual return of state authority, rather than just another heavily armed player in an already crowded conflict.